Welcome back to the Unleashed 2 Extreme playthrough, the series whereby I have to go through the Creature Rampage, on Extreme difficulty. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, the last video you saw, I pretty much got up to, this reward. I may have progressed a little bit further. Yeah, the last video, the footage I did, unfortunately, it just wasn't great, so, it doesn't matter too much because I could just redo all these events and it's no harm, no foul. I just get a little bit more XP and money. Not that I really need too much of that. And to be honest as well, what I was sort of realising is just how chilled back I can really be with, with Unleashed 2. You know, it's sort of, I don't really get a lot of stress from it, which is quite nice. So, you know, there is that, so I could probably just sit back and just have a general chat, just talk about some stuff that's been going on. No real issues here. Oh, god damn it, I forgot. The off-road tracker, we got the Mauler, that's definitely off-road track Mauler, I think it's called. That's definitely an off-road vehicle. Is that the only one? From the looks of it, yes. Alright, okay, well, tell you what then, this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, go over there. Aha, that's... Finally, I get my revenge on the AIs a little bit. After all the... I've been calming just about, fine note. After all the pushing around I face, time for me to get a little bit of payback. Yeah, it's just... I mean, you know, I just sort of fancied jumping back in this game. I do miss it every now and then. I do love playing this, just jumping back on. It's just silly arcade fun. I've got no issues with it whatsoever, and I enjoy driving around a lot of the tracks. And I think a lot of it as well is I did go back to Unleashed 1 just to sort of mess around on those tracks as well. I know I had a little bit of an update, but I just jumped back onto that, did some of the tracks, and I think I may know why Unleashed 2's track design is a little bit more simplistic than Unleashed 1. Is because the one thing I've noticed is that I don't know whether it's the FOV or something like that, but my god, Unleashed 1 feels a hell of a lot slower than Unleashed 2. I don't know if that's genuinely true, that the cars in Unleashed 1 are slower, therefore, you know, they could get away with a lot more technical tracks, shall we call it, compared to Unleashed 2, but these cars feel a million times faster than Unleashed 1. I don't know whether it's just a camera trickery or anything like that. Someone that knows a little bit more than I do will probably give you the answer or would correct me on that. But yeah, I think if there is an Unleashed 3, to be honest, that is actually a question. Has, outside of Unleashed 1 and Unleashed 2, has Hot Wheels ever really released a sequel to a game? Or has it only been this? Because I know... Well, because I know we've got Stunt Track Challenge and I think Stunt Track Driver, but they're completely separate things as far as I'm aware. Like, you know, Stunt Track Challenge is more about, well, obviously, TV show and things like that, you know, your stunt driver. Whereas I think a Stunt Track Driver is more of like, you know, you are still a little toy car going around, sort of a little bit more like this, in terms of you're still a toy vehicle, going around certain locations, etc. So, outside of that, have they actually released like a proper sequel to a game? Or has it only been Unleashed? But anyways, onto the main point back at hand. What I'm hoping for is if they do release a Unleashed 3, shall we call it, or something similar to this. Now that they sort of added like the variants into this, obviously with having the multiple duplicates, what I was sort of expecting, I can't remember if I said this in a review or something like that, is I think what would be cool is if we had if this RDO2 for instance had like the variations where it was the different liveries from throughout the years of Hot Wheels. I think it would be sort of a cool little addition, you know, just sort of a nod to like the history of the Hot Wheels cars and things like that. So something like the Roger Dodger, for instance. I think that car was back in the 60s. So I think what would be cool is if some of the variations actually had like the proper metal casing rather than the plastic ones that you see nowadays. I think that would be a cool little thing. Just, it doesn't have to be something absolutely outrageous for like the different variations. Just something similar as that. Or like, I think it's like called the retoolings or something like that. Where like some of the cars had like the closed off spoilers. I think like the 24/7 is a good example whereby they actually closed off the spoiler, the power rocket, where they sort of again they put like a little strip of plastic to again connect the spoiler and things like that. I think that would be sort of a nice cool little thing. Just it's the same car and just have it as different just pretty much just a paint livery. I could get in Forza, Wreckfest, something like that. Just the same car but different livery, and maybe can have different retoolings. I think that would be quite cool if they ever do release an Unleashed 3. But I mean, outside of that, that's pretty much my only real. I won't really say complaint. It's just a bit of a shame, shall I say, that it doesn't have that. But I think it would be just a nice little touch. And as well, hopefully, we could get the tracks design a little bit closer to Unleashed 1. Also, whilst I don't mind these, I quite like a lot of these tracks. I'm sorry, Unleashed 1 absolutely blows this game out the water in terms of the official tracks. They are just a million times better. But I think that's probably because of the cars being slower. Feeling slower anyway. Like I said earlier, someone will have to fact check me on that. Okay. Let's see, can we floor back a get myself back in the lead? It was actually a pretty alright start in the in this car. I've sort of gone through, used more skill points on some of the cars I don't really drive too often. It's sort of I don't really own this car. I don't know. I'm at this point. I say I'm at this point. I'm sort of I've gotten a couple of displays for the Hot Wheels cars that I own in real life. One's for obviously the ones still in the cards, and then one's for not. I've hung up some of them, and obviously I know that's just a huge gap in them. So I'm thinking, like, okay, how do I, what cars do I want to get so I can actually start filling it in? I'm sort of at this point of I don't actually know, because I don't really want to keep getting the same vehicle over and over again, just with the just from like a different year for like the different liveries and such. I don't really want to do that. I want to have like different ones. I think a lot of it as well is just because when I was mad for Hot Wheels, it was the 2000s Hot Wheels and a little bit of the early 2010s, but not a huge amount. I think I had quite a lot of like the proper official cars rather than the fictional Hot Wheels ones. And now I'm sort of getting a few more of the fictional Hot Wheels ones. So, sort of, I didn't really look into getting Hot Wheels until, well, basically last year. So sort of, I don't really know what to get, because I don't maybe look at some of the 2010 Hot Wheel models or something like that and go, oh yes, I want that. I mean, a good amount of the cars, I think Unleashed 2 sort of reinvigorated me to actually get the Hot Wheels cars again. Well, I could just have them on display, because, it's sort of I just like to sort of look at them. And I think sort of playing this again, sort of, especially with some of the DLCs that we were getting, sort of was making me thinking, yeah, you know what? I remember having a lot of these cars. I loved them as a child, and I still love them now. A lot of the cars that were from my childhood, Velocity X and whatnot. I was just thinking, you know what? Let's just get the car. Let's just get some cars. And then, I've completed Velocity X, both the main game and the beta, the PS2 and the PC version. Let me just preface that. I haven't bothered with the GBA version. I know they've got their own liveries and whatnot. And I haven't played the GBA version whatsoever, or I don't hold any nostalgia for it. But I do know that has its own cars and whatnot. So I might. Very unlikely, but I might. I mean, like, even a lot of the ones from Hot Wheels beat that. I found them out with them I don't really care too much for. There's a few that I like, that I've gone out my way and got, but there's not a huge amount that I've really gone out my way for. It's just a handful. How's people's 2024 been? Hopefully it's been a good year for you. I know we've still got a couple of weeks left, so things can go south, but hopefully it's been quite a good year for you lot. So, I mean, to be honest, for me, I think it's been not too bad of a year, all things considered. You know, I've managed to get myself a car in real life now that I thoroughly love. Now that I own a Mazda MX-5, I absolutely love it to pieces. You know, I've got me little job, so I'm getting some income through that, and I'm loving that as well. I really am enjoying what I do, so you know, it's actually going pretty good. No issues for me on my end. I had actually quite a nice holiday as well, going on a cruise to Spain and Portugal. Tell you what, those countries are absolutely gorgeous. Really are. Oh yeah, I saw just scrolling past on YouTube and things like that. So a video from Black Panther, sort of, you know, sort of begging the question of, I didn't watch it, I scrolled past it, but I did sort of think about it for a little bit. And it was essentially, I know the Ibiza expansion is around the corner. In fact, at the time of recording, it's in 10 days that we get the Ibiza expansion. And I was sort of pondering the question, will Ibiza save Test Drive? And my immediate response was, nah. I really don't think it will. Because, to me, the fundamentals of the game are hideously wrong. They've got to fix that first before even adding a second map is going to do anything to save the game. They've really got to fix the what was wrong with the game before we even think about resurrecting TDU Solar Crown, because bloody hell, that game was an absolute mess. I know I've got an 800k, but I want to try and get 1 million again. Because that's what I managed to do last time, so I want to do that. Yeah, it's just... I had high hopes for the game. I think a lot of people did, you know, thinking, oh, you know, it would be great to see TDU back in the spotlight after being dormant for 12 years. And the fact as well that we got teased about it back in 2020. So it's been in development for, well, 4 years at the bare minimum. And just to release the state that it was in, yeah, it's very much a sorry state. 955,000, that's close enough. Yeah, it's a very sad state to see what the game is now. I'm still hopeful, but I'm not holding out for it. I really do think that they've got to do a hell of a lot to sort of bring back people's trust, shall we say. Oh yeah, I've seen that Motorsport has had the December update. I think it's added Bathurst. Yeah, I don't know if I can really go back to playing Motorsport again. I think I've fallen out of love with the franchise, because it's so frustrating to me, because I know for a fact they could do better. Sure, a lot of people like the Fox game, and that's completely fine, but I just find it so lazy, and it feels to me that they've gotten so complacent with the fact that it's Forza, so they'll know it'll just be Racing Game of the Year, and they won't really have to try that hard to do anything. And it's just became a massive disappointment that, you know, a lot of people are pointing that there's still a good amount of people that enjoy it, and more power to them. I wish I could enjoy the game a lot more than I did, but I don't. And I think they're going to have to do some serious work if I'm ever going to go back onto the latest Motorsport. I really do. Because, no, I couldn't stomach it. I've not quit a Forza game that... Right, well, okay, let's ignore that Forza Street ever existed. Oh wow, I actually didn't complete the Unleashed goal. Oops. How have I managed to do that? Wow, okay, apparently the El Segundo might not be as good as I thought. Apparently. Ah, there might actually be a little shortcut there. No, it's not. Never mind. I'll kill that idea quickly. Oh, well, that's not great driving off me. Well, I might not be beating the Unleashed goal like this. Oh, don't hit me with the wind. Okay, we're good. Yeah, nah. I can't bring myself to replay Motorsport. I really can't do it. Maybe in a couple of years' time, I'll possibly go back to it and see what they've done to improve it, but at the minute, I don't see the point. I'm not wasting my time. What's people's thoughts actually on the latest Need for Speed season? I've not even played Need for Speed Heat Unbound for a couple, probably now for at least a couple of months. The entire last season, which I think had like the Lotus Evija in it, I completely ignored. Yeah, I'm not beating that in the El Segundo apparently. Top speed's not good enough. I'm surprised really that the El Segundo can't do it. I thought it was actually not a half bad car, but apparently it's not that great. So I'll have to bring something a little bit faster. Bring the Exotique. Admittedly, I haven't put any skills on it, so it may not be... This may or may not work, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Whoop. Okay. Much better through there actually. Come on, you should have the higher top speed. That's going to do that, that's fine, I can deal with that, no issues. Head this way. Awesome, let's go. Through. Come on. This, I should be able to do it in this, surely. I've got much better stuff. I've got much better top speed and whatnot. Hopefully that actually accounts for something. Should do. I think it's roughly the same amount of, I think it's the same amount of boost. Go. Oh, come on, that's pretty damn close. Oh, I think I've done it. Come on. Go. There we go. Yeah, if I get some mods on that thing, it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker. Any other off-roading vehicles here? From the looks of it, no. Is that BMW an off-roader? I constantly forget. Oh, I did see there's one of the Muscle Maniacs cars, sorry. That is an off-roader, if I remember. Can't remember which one that's called though. Oh well. It might get a few overtakes, I don't know. God damn, this Audi Quattro sounds so... It doesn't, even if it's not the correct sound for an Audi Quattro in the slightest, doesn't matter. I think it still sounds brilliant. I imagine if this got mods, people would actually mod the correct sounds into the game. And I think that would be really damn good. It's so much easier in an off-roading vehicle. Funny that. A track where there's a lot of off-road, a hell of a lot easier in an off-roading car. Well, I never. I want to say that BMW bike is classed as an off-roader. I don't know. It's also the bloody tallest bike I've ever seen. Okay, over we go. Through. Oh, I'm not immune to them. Mistakes were made. Whee! Okay. I'm third at the minute. Sylvia didn't get the cleanest of starts, but oh well. We can just get a little bit more boost, get some more slipstreaming going on. Oh, we need to keep the boost. Thank you for smashing through that. Oh, look at that move up the inside. Whee! Oh, bloody hell. The bifocal really giving it some. Oh, jeez, look at the speed. Speed of that drift was amazing. Yeah, that's well and truly put a huge gap. Good Christ. From that one simple drift. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. We are okie dokie. Oh, piss. We're not okie dokie anymore. I got too complacent with that. Christ, Christ, Christ. Right, okay, we're fine. No issues whatsoever, no panicking. Which genius decided that someone reacting to your message on Discord should give you a notification? Like, I've turned it off, but, I mean, which moron decided that? I don't need to know that someone reacted with a pog to a message that I put. I can look at it myself. It's so stupid. Oh, I forgot this one had the white walls as well. I thought the Super Treasure Hunt... For some reason I thought that the more modern Super Treasure Hunt Roger Dodger didn't. Because the one I've got is just a regular treasure hunt from the early 2000s, which has white walls on it. Which I think is a really bloody cool car. Okay, well, we've got 221,000. Need to get over 1 million. Oh, don't hit the wall. Christ. Don't do the Need for Speed tactic of just wiggle down the road and get a lot of points. This doesn't really work so well in this game. Oh, come on. Hold it. Oh. Oh, I didn't really want to do that, I will admit. Magnet tracks aren't great for drifting on. That's a little bit more like it. Whoa. Well, I think we've definitely done the Unleashed goal with flying colours. We've got 1.2 million. Yeah, we've certainly surpassed what we needed. Here we go. 1.3. Keep going as long as I can. And essentially end off with 1.5 million. There we go, I think that's definitely a successful drift event. And you know what? I think I'm going to call it there for a video. Nice, short and simple. A couple of talking points to go off of, some like updates on like what I'm thinking about some of the games and whatnot. And yeah, just to pretty much caught back up to when I pretty much had to delete the video because it wasn't that great. However, I'm going to have to call it there. Do hope you enjoyed, and of course, any feedback is appreciated. Link in the description as ever to join the Discord in case you want to say hello. It's up to you. However, that's it from me. Take care, and ciao for now.